how are you all? It's me Vidya. So today's video is also an important and interesting one, which I would like to share about my experiences with what are the differences between applying for an Australian residence visa and applying for a New Zealand residence visa. So let's get started. I never had a thought of migrating to any other country apart from India until I've worked in New Zealand for a few months on a work visa. So until then I never had a thought because I thought I was self-sufficient, I was happy, me and my husband both were working and we didn't have so many responsibilities. So I was happy enough staying in India, so I never had any thoughts of migrating to any other country. And there was also not so many people around me who was kind of, telling me how it is when you migrate to another country or, suggesting to there were nobody who was suggesting these things as well to me. So when I have come here to New Zealand on a very short assignment and when I went back, I then got a thought on why don't I try move to New Zealand permanently. And then there was another suggestion that has come up from my friends that if you don't know already, there is an advantage of having an Australian permanent residency over a New Zealand permanent residency. And before talking that, if you are not already aware of how the stages of the migration happens, you usually would start either with a work visa or a residence visa. So when you start with a work visa, step 1, work visa will be converted into a residence visa in 2 years. Residence will be converted to permanent residency in another 2 years. And then permanent residency will be converted to citizenship in another 3 years. So if you are starting with work visa, to come to a citizenship level, it would take you 7 years. And then if you start with a residence visa, to get a citizenship in either New Zealand or Australia, it will take you 5 years. So this is a normal journey. Either it is if it is in Australia or New Zealand, it remains the same. But there is an advantage when you have an Australian permanent residency compared to having a New Zealand permanent residency. That is, if you have an Australian permanent residency, you can work in both Australia and New Zealand. So you can travel here and the New Zealand work permit is like on arrival, just like a visitor visa. If you have an Australian permanent visa, it's an on arrival working and visiting visa for you if you come to New Zealand. But if you have a New Zealand permanent visa, you cannot work in Australia. It's not vice versa if you have a New Zealand permanent residency. You need to be a New Zealand citizen if you want to work and live in Australia. So that is a difference. So that's what has actually driven me on the fact that why don't you start applying for Australian permanent residency instead of New Zealand permanent residency, because for one thing you get 2 benefits. So that's the reason I started with Australian permanent residence application. But then it has its own disadvantages. I would say with advantages comes the disadvantages. So the first thing is the IELTS is compulsory both for Australian and New Zealand residency applications, but the criteria is different. For New Zealand it is overall 6.5 and for Australia it used to be individual 7. I don't know if they increased now, but I'm talking about 2015-16. So it used to be individual 7. Any time in IELTS, getting an overall score is easy than getting an individual score. I'm sure if you have already written IELTS, you will agree with my point. Overall, getting an overall score is always easier than getting an individual score. So I had to do 3 to 4 attempts to get an because I was getting, I was crossing 7 in 3 of the IELTS categories, but I was failing at 1 with a difference of 0.5. I was always getting 6.5 instead of 7 in one subject. I was like, I tried. Finally, with the 4th attempt, I cleared all of them. And then I cleared all of them, and then the first thing you will do is to clear IELTS, and the next thing is to get an agent for you to help. for anybody who, if you have seen my previous videos, I always suggest that you need not have an agent if you have to apply for a New Zealand permanent residence visa, because I know it is not very difficult. I have done it myself. But when it comes to Australian residence visa, it is a bit difficult and a bit complicated. I know, because I did those both myself, so I know it is a bit complicated. Then I thought I should go for an agent. And then when I started my own kind of analysis, I have realized that there is one particular agency which is licensed, by Australian Immigration Authority. So these agencies are called, these individuals are called MARA agents, MARA. I don't remember what is the full form of it, but they are called as a MARA agents. So these are licensed people whom they actually have to write or clear some tests to get that license from the Australian immigration. So they are like 99.999% true. If you are going to get it, they will say you will get it. If you are not, they will say you won't be, there won't be any chances. So they don't bluff around, to be simple. So, but at the same time, as I always say, the advantages comes with disadvantages, is that they are really expensive compared to the other agencies. So the other agencies, the normal agencies I've tried then were Y-Access and some Visu consultancy or something. So they both know how to do, but they are not MARA agents. So the charge then, I think they quoted was around 70 to 80,000. But then the MARA agents fees itself was 1.25 lakhs. I'm talking about 2015 and 16. So they, I think even 14. So they were really expensive, but they are worth it, is what I thought, because they were risk-free and they do their job really, really well. So you can kind of believe them and give your 100%. I think that's all. And I'm happy to share those details with you. They are Immigration Sol, and Amin Patel was really, really helpful to me. It's just unfortunate that for Australian visa, me from my end did give 100%, and Amin Patel, the agent, from his end, he also did 100%. But the only thing where we were not successful is that my particular profession in Australia, you can't apply residency if you have a certain kind of, for my particular job profile is only open for one state. So I can only apply residency at a state level. I cannot apply for the whole country like how we do in New Zealand. So my particular job role was only open under Victoria. So there were other states like New South Wales and Western Australia, but my role was only open for Victoria. So I can only apply for that particular state where Melbourne is the capital. So, but once you apply for an application, though you have all the criteria meeting, but still they need to give a sponsorship, which I couldn't get from Victoria. So that's where I feel it's like everything was done. Only thing, if they would have given me a sponsorship, I would have got a residence visa. But just because they couldn't give me a sponsorship, all my hard work, I think it has taken for about 1 year, went into vain. And the money that I've put for the agent also kind of, so I lost all the money that I've given to agent, and my application was not successful. So I came back to ground zero again. So then I thought, should I stop it? Should I not? Then I thought, let me not stop it. But this time for New Zealand, I thought, because I already lost, a good decent amount of money then. So then I thought, maybe I will not go to agent for New Zealand. Let me try doing it myself. And my friend here in New Zealand, he was the one who was helping me with the application process. If I had any doubts, he was the one who used to correct me. So I applied for residence, and New Zealand, the sweetest country for anyone. I would say my experience so far with New Zealand has been really good. So everybody has their own experiences. I do not want to comment on that, but my experiences has been really good. Even with the visa process application, it has been really good. So within 3 months, they came back to me with a positive reply, but the whole process took about a year. So I I would like to make a separate video on the complete process, application process of my New Zealand residence visa, on what I had to do, what did I do, and how was the process and all, separately in another video. But I thought I would let this know before making another video related to the New Zealand residence visa process. So please stay tuned for the next video coming up. Until then, take care. Bye bye.